And it shouldn't take too much to fix it. And then what you can do is you can use just a little bit of water because it is epoxy sculpt, and you can blend it in with the tailpiece above it so it looks a little bit better. There we go. And he's all fixed. Alright, now we're going to do over here now. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because when you go to prime, it will not cover very well. Generally, the primer will not stick to wire, and it's also very sharp. And if you have a piece of wire sticking out on your resin, it could cause major problems, especially if you have him in like plastic or whatever you use to take your horses to a show. It could be major problems. So don't skip this process. It's really important that you get rid of the wires and the defects. It'll make your horse much more presentable if you go to show him. So you can see here, right here is where I fixed the two areas that are a big problem. I still have little bit, I've got like a little bit here on the edge of here and a little bit here. So okay, so let's see, we gotta do a little bit over here on this tail. And you can also use the same method when filling in pinholes. So you just fill in the pinhole and you just fill it in, and then when it's sanded down, you go ahead and it should be alright, and it should fill in the pinhole. See, the bad thing about epoxy sculpt is that it doesn't sometimes like to stick to resins, depending on what the material is made out of. So it really depends. But see, all I'm trying to do is get it to stick here at the bottom. And then I'm trying to blend it in here a little bit so it doesn't look like an eyesore. And generally this, depending on how bad your mold is, it shouldn't take you too long. Whoops. I dropped my thingy-ma-bobber. Hold on. Let me get my thingy-ma-bobber. But yeah, it shouldn't take you too long to do this, depending on how bad your resin is, though. I mean, I've seen some resins that were like mega bad, like just horrible, horrible, horrible. But this guy here was luckily not too bad. A lot of the people that are casting resins now are getting a little bit better at it so that, you know, it's not so time consuming fixing all the little pinholes and all the little errors and things that happen in the process of casting these guys. So now I'm going to do this other side here. All right. And I always recommend, if you are a first-time person casting or, you know, fixing resins, don't start big like this guy here. Go with like a stablemate. They're a little bit easier to do because they won't have as many pinholes or just well, depends on the pinholes, but they're not as bad to get ready to paint prior, you know, I mean, with traditionals they're a little bit bigger, so generally they have the more wires and things poking out and all that lovely. But the next thing we're gonna do, because he's got maybe a little bit more here on his tail that I need to take care of. No, it's okay. So I'm going to take a look around here on him, make sure there's no major flaws. No, he looks pretty good. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do while his little thing down here is... Oh, wait, I think I missed one. Hold on. But the next thing we're going to do is we are going to start doing the seam lines on him. Because seam lines are very important to fix. And depending on where the seam lines are, now that could take you some time.